Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Really cool statue coming.
Speechless.
really cool statue coming. This is one that I've seen for a long time, and I was like, I gotta have that, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have that, Ashley.
Yeah,
it looks really cool.
every time you'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna order this. I need this in my life.
And it's been a long time coming, actually, because they've been pushing it back over and over again. Yes. And it's from Mondo. Mondo is a new company. I know them from T-shirts. This is the first product I've ever bought that was like a statue. So,
but it's worth it.
I'm excited to see it. So let me show you what it is. The Batman Red Rain vampire-looking statue with skulls and crazy stuff.
It's very demented looking.
Awesome. So let's take a look at the box real quick. So when we look at the front of it, we can see it just says Batman Red Rain, polystone statue, and some really great artwork. Now the thing about Mondo's known for artwork. That's what they do. They're really great at art, so it's great to see when they do boxes, they give you sort of that more creative side.
I love Batman's fangs in this.
Awesome. And we look at the side of it, it just has some skulls and whatnot, and it has the Mondo labeling. On the back of it, you can see what this thing is going to look like. God, it's awesome. I just love it.
Mind-blowingly cool.
It is mind-blowingly cool. And then on the other side of it, we see just nothing but skulls. Now let's take a look at the statue.
Yes, guys.
Look at this thing. Oh my God.
It is so sinister and wicked. I just love it so much.
So, if you aren't familiar with this, you're probably thinking, what? What is that?
Like,
a vampire-looking
Batman?
Batman? We've seen other forms of Batman. We've seen him in zombies. We've seen him all different kinds of things. Now, being a Batman fan like I am, I love when there are new sort of interpretations of Batman. Right. We've had a lot this year, actually, where they've come out. We just got to see Gotham by Gaslight.
So good, you guys. You have to watch that movie.
We've seen, like, there's been zombie Batmans, like we've said. There's just all kinds of different Batmans. That's why I like the Batman Black and White series, because they try to find those.
Right, you get to see different renditions.
So this is the first time I've actually seen a giant, heavy polystone statue where they were really trying to go for that. Other than I guess like the Red Sun Batman premium format. That was an Elseworld tale basically, and that's where he comes from. So let me kind of go over what the story was, because I know this is really weird. So, first of all, Batman Red Rain, as the statue states, is actually a combination of 3 stories in the Batman and Dracula Trilogy. The first book being titled Red Rain, the second Bloodstorm, and the third Crimson Mist. Also, for continuity sakes, these 3 books were written years apart, a lot like the Dark Knight Returns series. And this is critical in the design of the statue, and we'll talk about that a little later. So, sort of a brief synopsis of Batman Red Rain. Batman investigates a series of murders of homeless people of Gotham. Their throats have been slashed and bitten, which leads to his discovery that a family of vampires, led by Dracula himself, are behind the murders. A rogue vampire named Tanya, who is a former member of Dracula's clan, helps Batman fight some of these vampires in this group. Over the course of the story, Batman is bitten and acquires the necessary strengths to stand up to Dracula's minions, while still retaining his humanity. He eventually constructs a plan that leaves Wayne Manor destroyed and the group of vampires dead. Batman then confronts Dracula and impales him on a tree. Now, unfortunately, this bloody battle cost Batman his humanity, and the story continues on into Bloodstorm. Now, I won't spoil the next few stories, but it's important to note that the Batman in the statue does not take its design from Red Rain, but ultimately from Crimson Mist, which is the last book. Now, this is an important distinction, because if you only read the first book, Red Rain, and never got around to reading the last one, which was written years later, you might not recognize this design. So this is sort of an amalgamation of all 3 stories. But ultimately, the design comes from Crimson Mist. This is just basically Batman in his full vampire mode. So, I mean, a cool story.
Very cool story.
It's a way different interpretation of Batman. I mean, you can't get much farther. Well, I guess you sort of could go farther than that.
You probably could go just a little bit further, but
that's pretty far. It's pretty far.
Yeah.
So let's get into taking a look at the statue. Now, when you pull it out of the box, it comes with just its base, just this basic base, and this thing is very heavy. I'm going to say it's probably close to 10 pounds. Honestly, it's heavy.
I would have to agree with you. It's very heavy.
It's very, very heavy, and probably too heavy. It didn't really need to be that heavy. But you get the base. The base is great. It just has this sort of cobblestone rock mountain look. The paint is done really well. I love the paint on it. I mean, it even has a strange sort of texture to it. Like, the way they painted it, it's got like an overall flat look to it.
Yeah,
almost.
It's very, like, it's simple, but it has a lot of detail within the cracks and crevices.
It almost looks plastic, but it's not.
It does.
It's really cool. Then you flip on the back of it, and we can see a casket full of red skulls.
I love this casket. Even the wood looks like actual wood, and then the handle on the side of the casket, I think that is so pretty. Yeah. It looks metallic.
Yeah, it's got a sort of a brass, patinaed look. great looking stuff. And just every little individual skull, just really great.
And then you can see the rot on the side of the casket too, which is amazing.
Yeah, like they pull it right out of the dirt, out of the ground. So cool. Continuing around the front of it, we can see the Wayne headstone. It's got cracks in it. It's red again. I love the paint on it. The one thing I can say about these statues and these Mondo, anything Mondo, because Mondo does have other things, they're since they're artists, I would say that's what they're known for. They pay attention to the small details and paint apps.
Right.
And you can really see that with these headstones, where they've got like a little bit of black sort of airbrushed into that.
They look aged.
And it's just, oh, I love it. The little textures, the little cracks, the hard font, really great. Now that's connected to the bottom of the base. That is the bottom of the base. Now to get Batman on, Batman comes with just his body, this weird snake eel-looking creature.
Very Voldemort-ish.
He plugs right in, and then his hand magnetizes right in, and then finally you pop his head right on there, and then you have the statue. It is completely put together.
And it is solid when it's put together.
It is. It's very solid. It's heavy. It's solid. It doesn't move around. His arm probably can fall off. The magnet's not super strong, but it's definitely strong enough not to fall off if anything shakes inside of your room. I will say, though, I love the movement of it. Like I said, it looks like he's wisping, like coming out of the grave into this weird smoke look. And his spines, I love the spines on the back of it.
Yeah, even like the curvature of it, it flows with it.
Yeah, the end of his cape, or whatever this is, it really sort of flaps around. It really hugs that tombstone.
Yes.
And it really sort of gives it this very deep, dark feeling. I love the sculpt of the cape. I love the waves and the wrinkles. And
you know what my favorite part about the cape is? Going down his spine, you can see like the bones that they have there. I love that they added that detail in.
Yeah, those weird reversed
vertebrae.
Sort of sharp vertebrae, almost like a dinosaur.
Yes.
One thing I really love about the back of it is his other arm. He's sort of hiding it behind him with a skull in his hand, almost like a Hamlet.
Yes.
He's going to pull it out. This is so cool.
It's true.
I absolutely love that. And then finally, the head sculpt. There's not a lot there because in the actual artwork, the original artwork, it's not like a super detailed face. It's sort of a basic face, scary, big mouth, big teeth, red eyes, long ears.
I feel like most of the detail in this, it's the teeth and then the brow. Yeah. That's where the detail's at, and that's where it needs to be because that's the expression of this.
This is, I just love the palette, the color palette on it.
Yes, I do too.
They're all dark, and then you have the reds. And even the red is a deep red. It's like blood red. It's
As
not.
It should be.
It really is. It's a deep red. So the color palette they chose for the statue is probably my favorite. And I gotta say, this is one of the best Batman statues I've seen to come out. If you're into weird Batman, if you're not into that very
if you want classic
basic Batman,
you're not gonna enjoy it.
It ain't it for you. But like for deep fans that just like to collect things where people are like, "What is that one from?" And then, hey, guess what? I get to tell you.
Right.
That's what I like.
Conversation.
Yeah, that's what I like. So Mondo, you've done something fantastic. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes out for Mondo.
Absolutely.
And we actually have something else on pre-order. It hasn't come in yet.
Woo-hoo!
Again, it keeps getting pushed back to us, but you bought a Harley Mondo statue.
She is so beautiful, guys. I cannot wait for her to come in. As soon as she comes in, we will definitely review her for you.
It's a very 60s Harley, 70s Harley.
Yeah, probably about that era.
She's on a rug, and she's got a record playing. And the thing I liked about it the most was it was very sensual.
Yes.
Like, she has this look with these big lips, and like it was great. I can't wait to see what that is. I gotta say, when I pre-ordered this, though, I didn't think it was as big as it was.
No, I thought it was going to be maybe half that size. I didn't think it was going to be that large, but I'm glad.
This is a legitimately good-sized statue. This is about a little over 12 inches tall, I would say. Yeah. And you're really going to feel like you got your money's worth on this.
Absolutely. I mean, when you open this and you feel the weight of it and then you see the size of it and everything, oh, okay, I definitely spent my money well.
Yeah. So there it is. A beautiful statue, one of my favorite in my collection. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it because it's so heavy. This is a very heavy statue.
It's so awkwardly shaped that it's kind of like, where do we put it?
Yeah, but it's super cool. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.